Hey guys, Madison here, about to watch Season 1, Episode 5 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've only got 2 episodes left. What's gonna happen? We've got so many puzzle pieces going and I'm like wondering how much are they gonna wrap up in this season? Is this season it? Or are they going to do a Season 2 and they're gonna leave some of these threads hanging? I don't know, but last week guys, although it was this week for me because I watched on Monday because, I told you about the whole wisdom tooth thing. So I watched a little bit after everybody else, so that's one perk of it, is I had to wait less time than everybody else did. I watched episode 4 on Monday. It's already Friday. I'm so excited. But last week's episode, a lot happened. Zemo is in the wind. We lost Lamar, which I'm still sad about. I really liked him. And John Walker went off the rails and killed a man in front of everybody. Many, many cameras. I'm assuming that'll be on national television. What's going to happen? How are Sam and Bucky going to handle this? Before I jump in here and watch episode 5, let's see what you guys thought about episode 4. Occam's Truth and Wisdom thinks the power broker just might be General Ross. Now that would be coming out of left field, but I could actually believe it. I really could. Leo says, exactly, John clearly suffers from PTSD and has known violence as the solution to problems his whole life, and that's the last type of person who should have access to even more power. He is the exact sort of person whom Erskine would have worried about taking the serum, as he knew the resulting power would not be used responsibly. Zemo's methods are wrong, but he is not wrong in that human beings should not have access to superpowers, which is exactly why Steve Rogers was an exception, because he was not a regular human being. Steve Rogers was one of the few in the universe worthy to wield Mjolnir before he even became a super soldier. So of course he would raise the bar required to be Captain America so far that after his retirement, the mantle should have been retired, as no other human being would be able to live up to it. It's why Steve stated it's run by people with agendas, and agendas change. Now, I completely agree that Steve Rogers is not the typical ordinary human being. He has an extraordinary heart and capacity for goodness. He's not selfish. He had his flaws, because no one's perfect, but it is extremely hard to live up to that kind of legacy. I agree, the mantle of Captain America should be retired. Not because no one could live up to it, because there has to be someone else in the world who could, but I just don't think it's necessary. Like I explained in one of my other videos, for someone to be Captain America, I kind of felt like that was Steve Rogers. And anyone else who rises up to be a hero in his place, or to kind of take on that same role, needs to take on their own mantle and not bear the weight and the legacy of Steve Rogers, because that's so much to live up to. I think they should step out of that shadow and forge their own path instead of living in that shadow. Angel says the serum also increases the personality of its bearers, and John Walker and Carly too. This made him even more impetuous and aggressive. If it was already difficult to do it before, now it will be impossible to make him reconsider or try to reason with him. He will not let anything or anyone get in his way to complete his mission or objective. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm kind of wondering the direction they're going to go with this. I'm like, is John Walker going to be redeemable, or is he just going to go off the rails even more, or become completely unhinged, and they're gonna have to... I don't want him to die. That would make me really sad. So I hope they're not forced to kill him or something. But they're going the really sympathetic route with Carly as well, and I feel like she feels like a very redeemable character to me, and I feel like someone's gonna eventually get through to her, though I could be wrong. And I'm like, are they gonna do that with her and Walker, or just one of them? Because someone has to end up being the bad guy here at the end. And I feel like Walker could maybe come around at the end and do some good, but I'm afraid he's going to sacrifice himself. And I'm not sure how Zemo's going to fit into this. He's going to be going after Carly, but now he would want to go after Walker too, because he's a super soldier. So I'm like, is Zemo gonna... Zemo is an iconic villain from the comics. Is he gonna end up being the main villain here? Which is gonna be strange because so many of us like him so much now. Like, he's done terrible things, but like someone said, we understand why he's doing what he's doing, and there's nothing wrong with thinking people shouldn't have superpowers or be super soldiers, because in real life, I agree with that sentiment. Like, I don't think people should have superpowers. Imagine, like, look at the things people do. Imagine what bad people would do if they had superpowers. Like, it would get out of control very quickly. We enjoy it in our fiction, but in reality, it would not be so fun to be at the mercy of superhumans and sorcerers and all kinds of things that just had unlimited power, basically. So I don't see anything wrong with Zemo thinking that, but like the other person mentioned, his methods go too far. He's too extreme and being like, we gotta kill them all. Every super soldier, we gotta go out and kill them. It's like, whoa, hold on there. But yeah, there's so many moving pieces on the board right now, it's impossible for me to know where this is going. Shadowbreed thinks the ending of this episode was stunning, but I think John will go through a trial and give up the shield even if he wins the trial. Interesting. And Frederick thinks I'd put better odds on Walker being painted as a hero than being stripped of his title. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if the American government doubles down on this and is like, yeah, Walker's a hero. He did the right thing. He put down this terrorist. He did what was necessary. Or are they going to back off and kind of abandon Walker and be like, he's gone off the rails. We don't take any responsibility for this. I personally think they're probably going to double down because they've invested so much in Walker at this point with all the press and the general hyping him up as a celebrity. I feel like they're going to try to explain it away, but if he keeps doing things and keeps doing worse and worse things to people who aren't terrorists, if he ever kills an innocent person who's not even a combatant or something, it's going to be rough. So I don't know, but I can't wait to find out what happens next. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in and let's watch Season 1, Episode 5. Okay, I'm feeling really bad for him. Can't help it. Oh, that Captain America theme. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is so heartbreaking.
You gotta give me the shield, man. You don't want to do this. Yeah, we do.
Here we go.
Why are you making me do this? Why are you making me do this?
Oh no, the arm. Guys. Guys, that was freaking intense. Like, I'm almost crying.
The GRC is conducting raids to try and find Carly.
Sometimes there's nothing to do until there's something to do.
That's bizarrely wise.
Well, I'm a bizarrely wise man, Sam.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, yo, you forgot the wings.
Keep 'em.
United States government or its military.
Disowning him.
You were hereby stripped of your title and authority as Captain America.
I lived my life by your mandates. I dedicated my life to your mandates. I only ever did what you asked of me, what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it. And I did it well.
Well, these boots are not made for walking. Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Look. I'll be in touch.
Okay, I don't know who that was, but I know it was somebody from the comics. I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments. But I don't know. Sokovia? Oh, did he go to visit the memorial? I was afraid he was gonna do it for a second. I feel like he's not gonna stay in the raft very long, if he even gets to the raft. Is he going back to visit Isaiah?
She died while I was in jail. They never let a single one of her letters get to me. A handful of us got shot up with different versions of that story. They don't tell us what it is. They tell us it's tetanus. They send us on missions. I heard the brass talking about blowing the POW camp to hell to hide the evidence. But those are my men, my brothers, not evidence. There was a nurse. She took pity on me, wrote up some fake reports, something. She had me declared dead. My God. Sam, I loved her so much.
Good grief, guys. This episode is this episode is emotionally taxing on me. Whew. Oh, cried like 3 times already and we're just getting started. What's he gonna do, guys?
Yeah, how many people still owe mom and dad something?
All of them? All that's left, for sure.
It might be time to call in a few of those favors.
Thanks so much, man. Hey, look, y'all. Word goes out to Wilson's family needs help. You know, we still got a bit of usefulness in us.
Well, how do we get it off the truck?
I called in a favor from the Wakandans.
New wings.
Well, I don't always think of it immediately, right-handed. So it's a boat, huh?
This is so heartwarming.
But don't flirt with my sister. Because if you do, I'll have Carlos cut you up and feed you to the fish.
Okay.
The one that killed our boy?
Yes. And I would never let the person who did that get away. I hope you can find some measure of peace in that.
It meant the world to him.
I can give you double this time. I promise you won't regret saying yes. So what's it gonna be?
Huh?
Hey.
They're really becoming buds now. Shield training?
Feels weird. Picking it up again.
It's that shield's closest thing I've got left to a family. So when you retired it made me feel like I had nothing left. question everything. You, Steve, me. I've been making amends.
You weren't amending, you were avenging. You were stopping all the wrongdoers you enabled as the Winter Soldier. Because you thought it would bring you closure. I'm sure there's at least one person in that book who needs closure about something, and you're the only person who can give it to him.
The man from the first episode.
That's cool. Start with one.
Was his name Yuri?
We're not that good.
Definitely not.
We're professionals,
Definitely.
and we're partners,
Co-workers.
but we're also a couple guys with a mutual friend.
Friends now gone.
So we're a couple of guys.
I can live.
This is a beautiful show, guys.
No point in my life did I ever think you were running away from anything. Not even when I was lighting your ass up at the bank. There's a fight out there, and then there's our fight here. And bro, you have taken them both on.
Here we go. On your left.
I got some help to even out the odds. Sam screwed him out of a small fortune not long ago. He's been trying to get rid of it since.
Batroc.
Just get to it.
Ay. What an episode. Oh my gosh, those last shots right there were such a great parallel to episode 1 where he's like packing up to go hand in the shield at the beginning. Oh my gosh. John's making his own shield. Are you kidding me? This man's not gonna give it up, is he? He's well and truly lost it. Well, I don't know what he's making that shield out of, but it's gonna break when it hits the vibranium one. Just saying. Your little plastic shield can't compete with vibranium, John. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I know it's not plastic, but you know. Guys, that was an absolutely incredible episode. I'm just struggling to process it all. That opening scene was absolutely stunning. The choreography was amazing. It was so intense. I was just rooting for them so hard, and like watching Bucky and Sam team up and just work so well together is so satisfying to finally see. And I haven't mentioned it thus far, guys, but Henry Jackman, who did the score on the Captain America movies, at least the second two, I think. He's just done an extraordinary job composing the music for this series and reincorporating the themes from the Captain America movies and bringing in so many great new themes. He's just done an extraordinary job. It invokes nostalgia in a really powerful way because even though Marvel's only been a thing since like 2008 in terms of the MCU, there's already such a powerful nostalgia connected to Captain America and to the Shield. Which of course has carried over from people's love of the comics for all these decades. But it's so powerful. This episode was just powerful. I don't know how else to describe it. Seeing Isaiah tell Sam about what he's been through and everything that he suffered was so moving. I was just tearing up the whole scene, and even watching Bucky confront Zemo, I was like, I don't think he's gonna kill him because I think Zemo still has so much left to do. I don't think they're gonna kill him here, but I was still like, what's Bucky about to do? Like, it just felt so emotional seeing Bucky confront that person who did so much harm and damage to him in Civil War. And I'm wondering if Zemo's even gonna show up in episode 6. I would assume he will. But I'm like, what's going to happen here? Is he going to escape from the Dora Milaje somehow? Is he going to actually go to prison and then escape from prison? Like, what's going to happen? What was Sharon doing? She was talking to somebody breaking out of an Algerian prison or something? I don't think she was talking about the raft because that's like a UN or American government thing. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I need to watch it again, guys, because there's a lot to process. And Carly's going off the rails too. She's working with criminals, which, I mean, she is a criminal, but she's just crossing new lines. And seeing Bucky and Sam and all the local people where he lives coming together to fix the boat, and it's so moving and so heartwarming in the midst of this kind of gritty world this show is set in. This is Bucky and Sam and Sam's family, and figuring out this legacy and how he wants to carry forward is really the heart of the show. And seeing him work and train and be like, I'm not going to give up, I'm going to do this. Man, I can't wait to see what he looks like with the shield and the new Wakandan wings. It's going to be so cool. I just absolutely can't wait. It's going to be quite a finale, I'm sure. So be sure to let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments below, and I will read as many of them as I can next week. Until then, guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you then. Bye, guys.